definitely braked a little harder than it needed to, which led those people.
Whoa, that was not good.
That guy gave you a look.
Yeah, gave me the
Rightly
look.
so.
It's like, damn, Cybertruck.
So how long has it been since the safety critical intervention?
All right, so we're here with the Cybertruck testing roundabouts on 12.5.5. Want to show you how it's doing self-driving in these roundabouts. What I notice is it'll complete the roundabout in 2 motions with a jerk in between. It's pretty typical. Maybe it's the size of these roundabouts aren't as big as other roundabouts. We're going kind of slow. 28 and a 35. Got the auto speeds set. We need to go straight, so we need to get in the left lane. It's probably just gonna kind of slyly move over. So watch the steering wheel, see if it does it for this one. No, that's super smooth. That's what you want to see. One main motion, nice and smooth. So maybe it'll prove me wrong now that it's on the camera, but we're here also with Matt Smith and our kids' disaster zone in the back seat. Don't show their mess. Here in Carmel, Indiana.
So Bradford, has it been a regression? Because I thought you were saying that the first time you got FSD, it was handling the roundabouts pretty well, except for maybe curbing every once in a while.
Yeah,
it's
just a bit shaky. I had a hallucination earlier today. So that's
You did or the car did?
The car did.
Okay, just clarify.
So like it needed to go straight through a dumbbell roundabout, and it took like the first exit. So both of those were super smooth. Maybe it just didn't have its coffee. Who knows? But yeah, want to see how it does. I feel like the Cybertruck, when it's in the roundabout, that it kind of overshoots with the first motion, and then it does this kind of jerk, and then it overcompensates. So it's like trying to get that back rear left tire all the way around. We've had it curb on some soft curbs. So like here on this one, this is a hard curb. So I would not expect it to hit the curb here. Very smooth.
That was nice.
Now we're gonna send it down Range Line Road, which has a ton of roundabouts. So I look like the boy who cried wolf or whatever. But we'll see how it does with these other roundabouts. Going down Main Street, Carmel. It's great with parallel parking, also parking where you can command it to parallel park or park for you. Does great. Not sure if it's doing diagonal parking spaces yet.
So I wasn't even aware until somebody told me on X that you can actually turn on your blinker to have it pull into a driveway. So I did that for the first time recently, and I was pretty impressed by that.
My wife said that she didn't even do the blinker, and it went in the driveway. That was like a AI4 Model X that did it for her. So you're on a hardware, an AI3 Model Y.
Yep. Although I will say it was kind of hilarious because the garage was open and it started pulling in. I was like, no way, it's gonna pull all the way into my spot in the garage, but then just like stopped halfway in. It was like the worst possible place to stop. Could hardly even open the door. So little ways to go in fine tuning the actual spot location, but it was
it started it.
Started it, yeah.
So this is interesting. If you're coming this way, it will. In the past, it used to not stop for turn on red, but it stopped that whole time, so it did not turn on red. I'm curious how it's doing for no turn on red and all the variations of that. We're taking pictures and putting stuff in the
what was she doing to that statue? That was weird.
There's these statues around town.
Some of them are a little inappropriate looking.
Well, there's one where it's the sailor kissing, the returning sailor kissing the woman for World War II. That's probably the most inappropriate.
That's not the one I was thinking of.
It's a guy reading a newspaper, a woman walking her dog.
There was a modern one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a modern art. Maybe I should see that by the end.
I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it definitely looks inappropriate. Cracking up just thinking about that one.
So maybe I can jinx it. It's acing the roundabouts, Matt.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
totally
very good so
smooth.
far. I mean, the only issue so far is that on that first one, it was in the right turn lane rather than going straight. But aside from that, I mean, it's been very smooth, and it even handled that one just fine, even though technically
And that was
it wasn't right.
and that was a smaller, yeah, that one, the first one.
Yep.
And that we've gone through some smaller roundabouts. It's been fine. Let's see here. Totally fine. It's stepped up for the pressure. Like it's cool under pressure. Super smooth. You weren't here, Matt, but I don't know if it's the Model X or the Cybertruck, but it gave me a notification on the screen that it was adjusting the suspension based off of the location. And so I think like those really jarring crosswalks that we have here, that some of them are making them onto Tesla's map.
That's pretty cool.
And they talked about that on Investor Day on March 1st, 2023, where they have a map of various roads that they update based off of the telematics or the accelerometer on how bouncy the road is. But this person's almost curbing with a human driver.
Very smooth. When's the last time you had a safety critical intervention in the Cybertruck?
Safety critical, where I'm preventing an accident. It's been a while. See there, it had a hesitation.
Yeah.
So that hesitation it just did, like, that's what had been happening to me, like, over 50% of the time.
I will just say, though, as a passenger, that was not...
Did you feel anything?
I was mildly uncomfortable, but honestly, I wouldn't have thought, oh my gosh, like, this is so weird at all. I think human drivers do all sorts of kind of unnatural things. And
That's true.
That was a very human-like imperfection, I would say.
Let's head toward the inappropriate roundabout, and that's where we can end it. And we'll have to ask people, what they think in the comments. The art for that roundabout is supposed to be. So we're basically going to do a U-turn at this roundabout, go all the way back up all those roundabouts we just did. This is how I torture test the roundabouts here. Essentially, as I'm aware, in Carmel, Indiana, there's maybe 4 traffic lights and well over 100 roundabouts, if not over 200. I need to count them one day. It just makes traffic flow so smoothly. So that car stopped in front of us, threw us off, and these are deciding to go, so we're just kind of waiting for them. So one jerk, we're over the curb there, so I took over. So it's raising the suspension right here, probably because of what's to come up here.
Yeah, so that was interesting. I mean, definitely braked a little harder than it needed to, which led those people.
Whoa, that was not good.
That guy gave you a look.
Yeah, give me the
Rightly
look.
so.
It's like, damn, Cybertruck.
So how long's it been since the safety critical intervention?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Yeah, that was. It's just odd to make that decision. I mean, that was so clearly a don't go choice, and you had to slam on the brakes there for sure.
So Matt, like last video we did, it did that, and you said it was like the car shouldn't have done that for like the model, I don't know, the AI3 or something. So it's that intersection.
Oh, it was the same one?
Yeah. Yeah, those little roundabouts are tricky. I think they're a little dangerous actually, where you really need to wait for the cars to see where they're going to exit. Sorry to correct you on national TV, man. It's very rude of me.
This isn't TV.
It's not real. Okay, this is a interesting look. So we
this
barely have any room. I might take over here. Okay, I know we're good.
Whoa.
I was close from where I was.
I knew we were fine. Little slow through here, but we do have those sidewalks. Just gonna hop over. So you're still stuck on V11 on the highway, is that right, Matt?
Yeah.
On hardware 3, and you had some phantom braking with clear roads, like no other cars near you.
Yeah, we had a beautiful day, so drove down this morning from Michigan to Indiana. So got a good 3 hour or 4 hour plus, mostly on the highway. Just hardly any traffic the entire way. Clear, no shadows on the road, and just probably, what would you say, Jordan, 3 or 4 instances of phantom braking?
It was like 4. It was a lot. It felt like a lot.
And I haven't had a whole lot of phantom braking at all recently.
Okay, we're kind of rolling in here. We shouldn't.
That was not good.
That person was kind of entering at the same time, but they were already at a speed where we were starting from a stop. There had a little hesitation.
So yeah, looking forward to getting.
So that wasn't safety critical. That intervention I did, it was just, it just wasn't ideal for it. That's a style.
Yeah, probably could have tapped the accelerator and gotten away with that too. But
oh yeah, that's true.
But
so end to end is not on Matt's AI3 Model Y yet, but it's coming to hardware 4 already. Chuck Cook is downloading it. Dirty Tesla has it. Omar has it. Curious if it's going to be coming to hardware 3 or how soon that'll be.
Yeah, I would say though, even on some of the surface streets we had, the drive started off absolutely great, but then I ended up driving probably the last half hour on my own just because it was so bad. We got on some surface streets, and it just like swerved for no reason at one point, and it was on this narrow road, and it was just extremely frustrating. So yeah, it's been kind of strange because when I first got V12, I was so impressed with like the smoothness and how natural it was, and it seems like it's lost a lot of that, and I don't know if that's not the case and it's just kind of my anecdotal experience, but it's definitely seems to have been more frustrating in the last couple weeks than it was before that. I don't think any safety critical interventions I had today on the long trip down, but just a lot of this is annoying kind of takeovers. Our
biggest annoyance with the Rebellionaire road rally, where we went from California to New York and back with an AI3 Model 3, was the highway stack, and looking forward to Tesla getting that end-to-end approach on highway. What I'm hearing so far is you can't really trust it to exit in a timely fashion, so you probably need to coax it by forcing it to get over with lane changing. But I tested it out on the Cybertruck, going 25 into 30. I got someone behind me, so I'm gonna accelerator press here. It's not a critical intervention, but it is an intervention, just to get it going a little more. What I've noticed around semis, and I did some driving when it first came to Cybertruck, is the semi could touch the lane paint of the lane between me and the semi, and the Tesla basically shaded away from the semi and maintained its speed, so it didn't like panic brake down to the speed of the semi or anything like that. So I was really impressed with that improvement to the highway stack. Curious to see how it does around construction zones on highway. All right, so we're coming up on some roundabout art that's interesting, and curious if you all in the comments could tell us what you think it is. Now this is like, some of this roundabout art is very well compensated, like over $100,000. Some could be a couple million. I don't think this one costs a couple million, but apologies to artists, I'm just not so sure about this one.
It's beautiful. So I think when we came here last, you didn't tell us what you thought it looked like. So I won't do that with the audience.
Let's look, I'm gonna manual drive now, so we'll just see it one more time.
Oh, there's eyes on the hill. The hills have eyes.
The hills have eyes.
Whoa. Googly eyes.
Boogly boogly.
This is an interesting town you live in.
Oh, so it's kind of from the side this time.